Welcome to the Rugby Wire, the home of Zimbabwe rugby conversation. Today we're on Jubilee Field, a very famous field where a lot of greats played. Brian Mjati, Beast Mtawarira, even the All Blacks legend, Mills Muleina, played here in 1998 World Schools Rugby Championship. But enough about the history lesson. We're here to talk about the actual game that happened today, where the Tigers rode and they won 31-21 in a very exciting encounter. And last year the Tigers lost in Marondera to Waisaho, but they have inflicted revenge this year, and the Tigers are still unbeaten in the year. It's week 6. They've not dropped a game. It seems like the Tigers are back. But I'm joined with my analyst, Sydney Savanu. Sydney Savanu, take us through the game. You saw it. What really happened?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to thank you for having me on this platform. But I think, look, both teams came to play. Waisaho, they were hoping that to get that win, like what they did previously in their backyard in Marondera.
Yeah, Gomba.
Yeah, they call it Gomba. But it's so unfortunate that Tigers, they were up to the task. But look, in my personal humble opinion, I think that Tigers just played off Wiseau mistake. They made a lot of mistakes, especially in their half. In the second half, especially, they considered unnecessary tries. I believe their first try from the second half, it was an open, and Tigers, all they had to do was just pick up a loose ball and go on to score. But I think overall, Wiseau, look, they were their own worst enemies. I think 3 tries that they were scored off their mistake. I think that was the punch killer for Bridget.
Do you think that Wiseau woke up late in the game? Because second half, the last 10 minutes, I would say probably Wiseau dominated it.
Well, I would like to say that just maybe, because remember the Tigers, that players, I believe they were youngsters, the players that, prospects for next year's team, they came on just to give them, first team experience, as they are now obviously Coach D'Souza, someone who has been in the high school rugby circles for some time. So he always has foresight, preparing a team, not on come the season, but before the season. So, of course, Wiseau, they managed to score 3 tries off that. We should not take anything away from that. But look, I think that they knew that they had the match in the bag. That's why they had to make the changes. I believe that the purpose of the bomb squad is to improve the intensity in other grey areas. But this bomb squad came on, I don't think they did really well. And Wiseau there to punish.
Do you think Sean D'Souza's bomb squad didn't really bomb?
They didn't really bomb. I don't know. Saying it was a bomb bomb squad is an understatement. I don't know what it was, but look, at the end of the day, a win is a win.
All right, cheers. Thank you for coming to the Rugby Wire. Sydney, I appreciate your analysis. Hopefully you come again and we'll do more analysis. Next weekend there's St. George's versus the PE Tigers. And the Tigers are still unbeaten. Then Saints probably, they're red hot. They're the team to beat this year.
Yeah, they only have one
blemish.
One blemish record against St. John's. But it's another derby. That was a derby, but this one is another derby as well. So yeah, that is, we do have a treat on our hands come next week.
And there's so much history with that fixture. Prince Edward versus St. George's. They played together since 1930.
Wow.
It's the second longest derby in schoolboy history in the country.
Wow. So that speaks volumes, and we are all looking forward to that. It's going to be a cracker of a match. That's all I can say. It's going to be a cracker of a match. I would like to predict that it's going to be 23-21.
All right, Sydney. Hopefully I'll see you next week at Weaver, and we'll analyze for the Rugby Wire.
Certainly, I'll be looking forward to it.
All right, cheers. We're still at Jubilee Field. We're joined by Wiseau coach. His nickname, Coach Dallas. Coach Dallas, unfortunately, you didn't win this year, but last year you beat the Tigers. But just take us through, where do you think your team went wrong today?
I think we started on the back foot. Normally we have a flyer with places going forward. It's a bit far out, but he picked up an injury at Pillar 7. So this week we had a flyer who plays flat. So I find that we didn't gain any momentum in the first half because you just give the boys and then PE was just blitzing and stopping them dead. Every time we tried to tell them to pull the guys better, they gain momentum going into contact, we didn't do that. Until we then moved and bring in another scrum half, our scrum half to fly half, then we put in that Divine to play at 9. That's when we started gaining the momentum going forward. And we changed actually the pattern because in the first half we tried to stretch them as well. Then we ended up playing then 1-3-3 in the second half so that we could gain those yards going forward and give a better ball for our backline. So I think in the second half it worked. Because our forwards now we're now going forward and Donnell was a good general to control that.
Then Coach Talons, are you happy with the last 10 minutes? Was probably scoreboard-wise and intensity-wise, probably the last 10 minutes of the match, you actually dominated the Prince Edward Tigers.
I'm happy with the last 10 minutes. I think we should have played like that in the game from the onset. But you see, we play weaker teams. Prior to this game, we've been playing weaker teams, so we've not been challenged. We've been dominating teams. So suddenly you play an evenly strong squad and who's also dominating. We've got good forwards who can also, backline who can play, they can stretch you left, right and center. Then we struggled in the first half to catch up on the intensity because we were playing weaker teams. If our fixtures could change and we could play in hard games like from the onset, it helps. But by the time we get to these games, you are on par in terms of intensity or you are better. So you find that in the first half, we were slow because guys, those are the speeds that have been used to play.
The line speed and the defense.
They suddenly now they realize, no, we need to up our tempo, we need to play hard, we need to move quicker and faster. It will be late. So that's how I believe we struggled because of that key area where we should play bigger, great teams from the onset.
Coach Talons, unfortunately about the loss, and thank you for sharing your post-match analysis. Wish you all the best in the next fixture and the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
All right, cheers. We're at Jubilee Field. We're joined by the winning coach, Sean D'Souza, the Prince Edward Tigers coach. Coach D'Souza, it's week 6. It's different from last season, where probably you had the most toughest season as a coach. And even last season, when you went down to Marondia, you lost to Wiseau. But we're now in week 6. You're still unbeaten, and you've beaten Wiseau on Jubilee Field. Just take us through the game. How do you feel the game went today?
I think we knew it was going to be a tough fixture. Wiseau were also unbeaten before today. So we definitely knew they were going to come with all guns blazing. With their Craven Week players returning as well, we knew their confidence will be high. And after they win in Marondia, I knew that they were going to come to Jubes and try and get their double on us. But yeah, last year was last year. This year, we started on a new slate, and all we're doing is to try and get Prince Edward back to where it's supposed to be.
Then first off, you were leading 22-7. Were you slightly a happy camper as a coach, like with a halftime buffer of 14 points?
Definitely going into the half with such a margin was a blessing. Credit to the boys because we had 2 yellow cards already before the end of the first half. So we defended very well to keep that a 0 on the Wiseau side. We defended now 22 for over 15 minutes with 14 men. So yeah, credit to the boys.
Then when it was 31-7, you rang a lot of changes. Was that deliberate to give a run off your bench since you felt slightly the game might have been in the bag?
Definitely, we've got 3 hard fixtures coming up. We've got St. George's, Peterhouse and Lamagandi. So obviously trying to build our depth chart is key from a coaching perspective. If we won the score by 40 points to 0, it wasn't going to benefit us in any way. We had the game at 21-7, so we had to roll in the changes so we can get our depth chart in check.
In the last 10 minutes, slightly Wisehouse started to creep in back. Are you disappointed with the coach defensive mechanism, or you just feel like maybe slightly the boys just got a bit complacent?
The bench is made up of guys who played second team game. So they played a whole 70-minute game, and they came on as replacements in the first team game. So obviously they also had 80% energy levels when they came on. So it was expected. Credit to Wisehouse for them to get their energy levels up in the last 10 minutes and score those last 2 tries.
Then the last burning topic, I want to talk to you, Coach D'Souza. You played here, 1996, on this field. You played for the Tigers, you went unbeaten. Then as a coach, 2017, you went unbeaten as the Tigers coach. We're halfway through the season. 6 weeks in, unbeaten. Is it lingering in your mind that you might deliver another unbeaten season for the Tigers?
Last year, Brian, we were 14th on the log, on the CBZ Schools log. This year, we're 3rd. I'm just grateful that we sit in the top 4. Whatever happens in the last 3 games, it's just credit to the boys and the hard work that they've put in.
All right, Coach D, all the best next week against St. George's. It's another derby, one of the oldest derby.
Yes.
P and St. George's have played against each other since 1930. And I wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll chat again after the game.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you for having me.